All right, tomorrow is a big day here for us because every year I invite a bunch of my backyard growers, anybody who's on our in the backyard growers message board, we invite them to a shindig at Mike's nursery. So every year we do this, and we get 30 or 40 people, depending, and sometimes it's more than that. And we kind of take a tour of my nursery. Sometimes we'll tour another nursery nearby, but we spend the day pretty much just kicking back, taking it easy. We're doing tomorrow. We're going to do like a Yankee gift exchange. We'll play cornhole, which from what I understand on my message board, not everybody knows that game by that particular name, but around here that's what they call it. But anyway, so tomorrow's a big deal, and my mother-in-law, Margie Miller, makes the best baked beans in the world, and I've been trying to get her to help me do a video on this, and obviously you don't see her. She found out I was going to do this today, so she ran like a deer. She wants no part of being in this video, but nonetheless, we're going to give her credit for this because this is her baked bean recipe. So I'm going to make these baked beans for the backyard growers shindig, which is going to take place tomorrow. But the reason I'm sharing this with you is because this is an awesome baked bean recipe, and you're probably going to have some kind of a picnic or a get-together for Labor Day or any other day, depending on when you're watching this video, anytime a picnic or a party. And these are really good. So basically, these are the ingredients. These are the two. This must be 53 1/4 ounces Campbell's pork and beans. We got 2 cans of that. This is a large onion. It's all diced up and chopped. Pam cut that up for me so I wouldn't have to deal with that. And then there's I think this is the secret, but I'm not sure. This is dark brown sugar. And there's a pound, so we're going to put a pound of brown sugar in there. So I'm pretty sure that that's the magic. And then there's a 1/4 cup of ketchup that goes into this. So basically, we're just going to mix them together. I'll get started on that, and then I'll check back in with you. All right, now, I'm not going to pretend like I know what I'm doing because I've never done this before, but they tell me it's relatively easy, and even I can do it. One of the things that my wife said, you got to drain some of the juice off of these beans before you pour them in there. So I'm going to do that. And one of the things with these things is that you want to they cook a long time, and that thickens them up. So I'm guess that the less juice we start out with, the better they're going to cook down, and the quicker they're going to cook down. So I'm just going to pour all this stuff in here, lid and all. Told you I don't know what I'm doing. Onions, that's a lot of onion. Ketchup, 1/4 cup of ketchup. And then the magic ingredient, brown sugar. This clearly has to be the secret of what makes these things so popular. All right, I'm going to stir this up, and we'll check back in a second here. All right, I've got this stuff all poured in here and mixed up pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to stick this in the oven. Now we're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to bake it until it starts to bubble. Then when it starts to bubble, we're going to turn the temperature down to 350 and cook it so it cooks for a total of a bake for a total of about 2 to 2.5 hours. I once asked my mother-in-law what the secret was to these baked beans, and she's like, cook the hell out of them. That's the secret. I think the secret's the brown sugar. But you got to make sure that once they start bubbling that you stir them good, because the brown sugar is kind of like all hanging out together in the pool right now. So once it heats up and the brown sugar melts, stir it, bake it put it on 400, bake it until it starts bubbling. and then stir it up real good so you get all the brown sugar and everything mixed in, and then just leave it alone and cook it for 2 to 2.5 hours until they thicken up. So that's Gramaw's baked bean recipe. I'm telling you, it's to die for. You're going to really, really like it, so give it a try. Alright, now I'm going to come back to you real quick because my wife just told me that a lot of times she'll bake these for up to 3 hours, and they're not going to thicken up when they're in the oven. So bake them for 2.5, 3 hours. Then when you take them out of the oven and they start to cool off, that's when they're going to start to thicken up. So I want this to turn out right for you, so I want to come back and give you that additional information. So thanks a lot. I'm Mike from freeplants.com.